What's that?
Nothing on there. My camera. Lay down.
Loading my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, my book bag, my computers, some of the tools that I have in the toolbox. I knew I was going to have to do some pumping unit rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually recording?
Yep. Well,
it's not. Is it motion or is it?
Event.
Okay, so it's motion.
Any motion event that happens, I get cars driving from this street, and this is him at 517.
Park out there on the side. I just want to get everything back in. Be easier, so loading everything out there, all the tools that I had to bring in.
Chris hält Ausschau nach Fluchtwegen. Er weiß nicht genau, wie viel auf dem Video zu sehen sein wird. Instinktiv schaut er sich nach Fluchtmöglichkeiten um. In Chris passiert gerade sehr viel. Sein Körper bereitet sich darauf vor, entweder zu kämpfen oder zu fliehen. Ihm ist heiß, er muss tief Luft holen. Gleichzeitig muss er versuchen, sich zusammenzureißen und ruhig zu bleiben.
My detective just showed up, so he'll probably want to talk to you. He'd probably, like I said, he might have you call at the bank and see if there's any kind of activity.
Because if there is any sort of action out there,
his camera's
I would have got it.
Like
right.
we had issues the other week when people were stealing stuff out of like garages and stuff like that, and I had parked my truck
I
right
had
here.
to park right here.
Yeah. So someone, I could see where someone tried to jimmy with a flathead screwdriver over there, and it was just like.
But if any action would have happened, any cars or anything left your house, I would have.
Yeah, it would have been like right in that area. It should have picked. I mean.
Oh, it'll pick up anything coming down the street this way.
You know where that tree there too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nun versucht er abzulenken. Er erzählt von Einbrüchen, die in der Nachbarschaft geschehen sind und geht dabei mehr ins Detail als nötig. Auch versucht er damit zu erklären, warum er seine Werkzeuge ins Auto laden muss. Chris ist hoch alarmiert. Beide Männer stellen eine potenzielle Gefahr für ihn dar. Er reagiert blitzschnell auf ihre Bewegungen oder wenn einer von ihnen beginnt zu sprechen. Sofort, wenn das Video weitergeht, kann man das gut erkennen.
Watch, I'll show you. There's nothing on here. We've already watched that one. But like, you'll see this car.
What security system do you have?
You can see this car starting to drive down the street.
That one.
Oh, look.
See what I'm saying? It picks up all the way down there.
That's cool.
He's next door.
Let me go.
I was talking about dispatcher. He'll be close for.
Yeah, we can pick up cars coming this way. I get anything coming this way and making this turn. So, and usually at night I pick up the cars pulling a U-turn. So, unless they pulled right here, but I would have caught her walking out.
Chris' Stresslevel ist nun so hoch, dass er nicht mehr ruhig stehen kann, sondern ständig hin und her tänzelt. Sein Nachbar beobachtet ihn nun auch mit immer mehr Misstrauen. Schließlich weiß er, wie Chris sich sonst verhält.
Diesel. Yeah, I thought nothing.
Nothing for the rest of the day. far along?
14, 15 weeks.
All right, appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Hopefully something comes up here.
Mind if you just want to go talk to him? I'm going to get his info real quick. No.
He's never fidgety, he's never rocking back and forth, and if you look, he never loads his stuff in and out of the garage ever.
Right.
He never talks. So the fact that he's over here blabbing his mouth makes me kind of suspicious of something.
Yeah, but I mean, put yourself in his situation.
Oh, I agree.
You know, anyone's going to be nervous. You don't know what to do.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying the way he told you 3 times what he brought with him, why is he telling you exactly what he brought with him instead of saying, oh, they didn't see anybody out here, he didn't see anybody doing anything? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he so worried about you knowing what he's carrying out? That's all I'm saying.
This is her purse?
That's her purse. It's her medication. She takes these, her medication's still in here.
We're going to get a hold of them. We're working on all that.
Noch am gleichen Tag durchsuchen mehrere Polizisten das gesamte Haus. Sie hoffen, irgendeinen Hinweis zu finden, vielleicht sogar eine Notiz von Shanann selbst, um herauszufinden, wo sie sind. Sie haben jedoch keinen Erfolg. Am nächsten Tag, am 14. August, wird Chris von mehreren Fernsehteams interviewt, während eine Hundeeinheit der Polizei das Haus durchsucht.
Chris Watts, W-A-T-T-S.
Wow. What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, it's you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent, see where they went. If they went on foot, they went in a car, or they went somewhere. And right now, it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent, and hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened? Your wife came home. Tell me what's.
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 in that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, say but she never got back to me. But she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well, and that's what really concerned a lot of people. Is like if she's not getting back to her, like if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. Like she gets busy during the day. But she didn't get back to her people, which was very concerning, and Nicole called me when she was at the door, and that's when I came home. And then walked in the house, and nothing was vanished. Nothing was here. I mean, she wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here.
What's your wife's name?
Shanann, S-H-A-N-A-N-N.
What's your kids?
Bella and Celeste.
How do you spell Celeste?
C-E-L-E-S-T-E.
How old are your daughters?
4, Bella's 4, Celeste is 3.
And so, how many times did you try calling her?
I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times just to say, what's going on. Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like maybe she was just busy. Like she had just gotten back. Like everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona, and I figured she was just busy.
I'm gonna ask some kind of tough questions. Your relationship with the kids.
Yeah, my kids are my life. I mean, those smiles light up my life. And just last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I miss them. Like I miss telling them, hey, you got to eat that, or you're not gonna get your dessert. And just like you're not gonna get your snack after. I miss that. Like I miss them. Cuddle up on their couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch Bubble Guppies or something.
This might be a tough question, but did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that. But I just want them back. I just want them to come back, and if they're not safe right now, that's what's tearing me apart. Because if they are safe, they're coming back. But if they're not, this has got to stop. Like, somebody has to come forward.
My last question is, if your wife can see this, if she can watch these, what would you like to tell your wife and your kids?
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
That's it. I can take that mic off you.
Am Abend muss Chris zur Wache kommen. Er tätigt dort seine Aussage und wird befragt. Der Detective konfrontiert ihn vorsichtig damit, dass sein Verhalten aufgefallen ist. Außerdem muss Chris in der Ecke des Raumes sitzen. Der einzige Weg nach draußen führt vorbei am Detective. Ein feiner psychologischer Trick.
4 a.m., that's when my alarm goes off for work, and I'm supposed to get dressed, brush my teeth, everything I do upstairs.
Okay.
About 4:15, that's when I get back, slide right into bed next to her, and start having a conversation with her about having the house up for sale, and talking about it, like actually proceeding with the separation.
Okay.
And obviously it gets pretty emotional, like we're talking about, like we felt the disconnection was there, like falling out of love, and trying to stay together, maybe just for the kids' sake, but we're realizing that doing like our homework, it's not, most of the time that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty emotional because we have 2 beautiful kids and we have 1 on the way. So it's just a matter of like, it was very emotional, we were both crying, and at the end, we just said, she said she was going to take the kids to her friend's house for the day. And on that night, I told her, early that morning, I told her, like, the disconnection, it's there, like, it's not going away, like, the connection we had in the beginning, it's not there anymore. It's like, I don't feel like the love we have is there anymore.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't feel like, if we want to stay together for the kids, I'm not sure if that's going to work. Like, bringing
That's
another,
what you told him?
yes.
Okay.
Like, having another baby, bringing us into this relationship, do you think this is going to work with us being together? Or separation, I think, is going to be the best possible route for us. And that's when, like, all the crying and everything proceeded. And it was very hard just to talk about that. But I needed to do it face to face.
Okay.
And I needed to see her face, like, while I did it. I couldn't text, phone, whatever. I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was going to be at least reciprocating back to me.
Oh, what did she say?
She said that she wanted to kind of work on it, but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respects that.
1 p.m. I'm now on my way home to check on my family. Is that just because you're worried based on the conversation with Nicole? Had the police contact you by then?
No.
Okay. 2, I arrived. Sorry, go ahead.
But Nicole said she was probably going to call the cops.
Okay. All right. Now, so it sounds like Nicole's pretty worried. More worried than you. Can we talk about something that's kind of hard to talk about? So when I work investigations like this, I have to keep an open mind on everything. Okay. And part of keeping an open mind is listening to you talk about your wife and your marriage. And the day she goes missing is the day that you guys have marital discord. Okay. So you can understand what I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Makes me sick to my stomach, honestly. Like, I know, like, I've talked to a few of my friends, it's like, this does not look good on you. I'm like, I know. It's like, if people knew that we were having marital issues, they're going to look at me, especially with the way everything looks. And it honestly just makes me sick to my stomach because this is something that I would never do. ever. I know, like, you have to look at every vantage point. This is something I would never do to my kids or my wife at all. We have no idea where she is or the kids. I promise you that I had nothing to do with any of that.
Are you telling me the truth?
I'm telling you the absolute truth.
Why should I believe you?
Because I'm a very trustworthy person, and the people that do know me, they know how I'm a calm person. I am not an argumentative person. I am a person that's never going to be abusive or physical in any kind of relationship. I would never harm my kids. I would never harm my wife. I mean, you can talk to any of my friends, any of her friends. They know me. They know I'm a low-key guy that's quiet. So I'm not about confrontation. I'm not about anything that elevates to that level. I mean, you can, like, if someone like yells at me, screams at me, I just take it and I just try to get it by the wayside and get it back to where it's just a cool conversation to where, like, none of that gets to that height. Because I am not that person. I've never been that person.
When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this.
I know.
You know what they think.
I know all that. Yeah.
Here's a guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour because he was so guilty about something that he had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving you. That didn't go well. Okay, so what happened?
She told me she wanted me to wake her up before I left. That's why I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually at 4 a.m. I wake up, I go down and work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this.
Nothing you've told me tonight makes sense. Nothing you've told me tonight feels like the truth.
Nach gut 2 Stunden ist die Befragung um kurz nach 23 Uhr zu Ende. Chris geht nach Hause. Zum letzten Mal. Für den 15. August wird Chris wieder einbestellt. Um 11 Uhr soll ein Lügendetektortest stattfinden, durchgeführt von einer Spezialistin des FBI.
This is Tammy. Did you meet Tammy yesterday?
No,
okay.
the only one is Tammy.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Obviously, you're probably nervous about taking today's test. Honestly, I would think something is wrong with you if you weren't nervous about coming in here to take a polygraph.
Yeah.
Even if people are like, I don't have anything to hide, it is nerve-wracking.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have taken tons of polygraphs, obviously, in my training. I went to 10 weeks for training. I've been a polygrapher for about 5 years. I went to the best school in the country. So I want you to have confidence in the fact that if you had nothing to do with this disappearance, like, we're going to find that out today, okay? I have the best training that they offer in the United States. We use the most validated testing, the way I'm going to ask you the questions. So believe me, if you had nothing to do with this, I will be able to show them that today. I mean, I hope that, you know, if you did have something to do with their disappearance, it would be really stupid for you to come in and take a polygraph today.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it would be really dumb. Like, you should not be here right now sitting in this chair if you had anything to do with Shanann and the little girl's disappearance. Okay?
Danach folgt ein langes Gespräch zur Vorbereitung auf den Test. Chris erzählt noch einmal ausführlich seine Version der Ereignisse. Um 14:15 Uhr beginnt die Agentin dann damit, Chris den Test zu erklären. Ein paar Minuten später ist sie soweit und der Vortest mit absichtlichen Lügen beginnt.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still.
Es folgt eine kurze Pause, bevor der richtige Test startet.
Okay, you can relax. And feel. You did great.
That was,
You remembered to lie and everything. That was awesome. So
Yeah.
you obviously are a really bad liar. Have people told you that before? Like the second you tell a lie, like they can tell like on your face that and you're actually having a significant reaction when you lie. So that is awesome. So thank you for being a horrible
Okay,
liar.
I
No, that's
feel
a good
like
thing. That's a good thing. We don't want to be good liars. So thank you for being a horrible liar. And the coolest thing about this is right now, there's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is. And in about 5 minutes, there's going to be 2 of us. So that's the coolest part, okay? And then I can go share that with them out there, okay?
okay.
Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to take my Mountain Dew with me.
Okay.
Are you good with your water or you want another drink?
I'll just.
Grab a Gatorade?
Yeah. Can
Perfect.
we get that door? Okay.
I got it, thank you.
Yep.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what actually happened, and I feel like you're probably ready to do that.
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I know.
Chris, stop. It's time. Just
I'm-
stop for a minute. Take a deep breath. I want you to take a deep breath right now.
The issue right now is what happened to Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. That's the issue right now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
I've
I know you want to tell us. I can see it in your face.
Die Detectives sind sich sicher, dass Chris etwas mit dem Verschwinden seiner Frau und seiner Kinder zu tun hat. Sie haben nur ein Problem. Lügendetektortests gelten vor Gericht nicht als Beweis. Sie brauchen ein Geständnis. Chris ist im Moment noch ein freier Mann und könnte nach Hause gehen.
Where are they?
I don't know where they're at. I do not know where they are at. If I could have my babies back home right now, I would. I want them back. I want everybody back. That is the God's honest truth.
I cheated on her. I know. And this is very good. Keep
I'm not proud of it. She accused me of it. I denied it.
I just find it hard to hear you talk about just having this emotional, conversation with Shanann, and you're bawling and crying together, and you have not shed one tear in 2 days that you've been here.
Not once.
Not one. And help me understand that, because I don't get it. These are your baby girls, and you have not shed one tear over them not being around. Chris, I lose my 4-year-old in the store for 10 seconds, and I start to go panic. Panic. I have not seen any of that from you at all. Help me understand that.
I love those girls. I would never do any of this because I haven't shed a tear. You get
no, that's weird. Is that weird?
Don't look into that like I don't love my kids.
Tell me,
I love my wife.
explain to me. You're crying with your wife that you're leaving her.
Yeah.
But you don't cry that your 2 little baby girls.
I'm hoping they're still around somewhere. I'm hoping they're still somewhere.
Yeah, but you
alive.
don't have them right now. You're not reading stories to them at night.
I know.
You're not giving them midnight snacks. You're not giving them their medicine. You're not waking up with them in the morning.
I know this.
So that should cause you pain.
It does cause me pain.
But I don't see that. I don't see that. I want to see the Chris that cares. I want to see the Chris that, feels bad about what he did and wants to, get this off his chest and be done with this. And let us find your little girls so that they're not out there in the middle of a field or whatever somewhere.
She couldn't have.
I feel like you cleaned up for her. I feel like that's the type of guy that you are. Someone made a mistake, whether it was you or Shanann. And you either cleaned up after Shanann or you made the mistake. And I want to believe that maybe Shanann did it and you felt compelled to fix this so Shanann didn't look bad. That's what I want to believe. But I don't know, you're not telling me that, so it makes me think the worst. Did you do that to all 3 of them?
I did not do anything to these kids. Not do anything.
What did Shanann do to them? Tell us, Chris.
Chris bittet dann darum, mit seinem Vater zu sprechen, der aus North Carolina angereist ist.
A little commotion upstairs, but I didn't think anything of it.
And then you went back upstairs and she was...
I can see, she was on top of me.
What, choking her? Or did she kill her?
They're blue.
Both of them?
Yeah.
She choked both of them to death.
I freaked out at the same thing.
Chris gesteht, Shanann erwürgt zu haben, nachdem er entdeckt hat, dass sie die Mädchen ermordet hat.
And the babies are gone. And I put my hands around my wife's neck and did that same thing.
Did Shanann fight back at all when you did that?
The rage that I had after seeing that, not much. I didn't know what else to do.
I know, so tell me what you did. I know.
I didn't know what else to do. I was so scared.
I know.
It's like my wife just did this, and I just did that. What do I do?
Right.
Schließlich erklärt Chris den Detectives genau, wo Shanann, Bella und Celeste versteckt sind. Shanann und den ungeborenen Sohn Nico hat er in einem flachen Grab ein paar Meter abseits von ein paar Öltanks verscharrt. Die Mädchen sind in den Öltanks. Sie werden am 16. August geborgen. Chris wird verhaftet. Die Anklage lautet auf Mord ersten Grades und Leichenschändung in 3 Fällen. Die erste Anhörung findet am 21. August 2018 statt. Bald aber ändert Chris seine Aussage und am 6. November legt er ein volles Geständnis ab. Im Februar 2019 erweitert er das Geständnis um ein paar Details. Dies hat sich laut Chris Watts in der Nacht vom 13. August 2018 ereignet. Shanann kam um etwa 2 Uhr nach Hause. Er spürte, wie sie sich neben ihn ins Bett legte. Um etwa 2:30 Uhr hatten sie auf Shananns Initiative hin Geschlechtsverkehr. Danach schliefen sie ein. Bevor er am Morgen zur Arbeit ging, wollte er mit Shanann reden. Er hatte das Gefühl, dass sie von seiner Affäre wusste. Sie reden etwa 15 bis 20 Minuten über einen Umzug, den Verkauf des Hauses und einen geplanten Urlaub. Shanann sagt, sie weiß, dass es eine andere gibt und weint. Chris bestreitet das, aber sagt, dass er denkt, ihre Ehe funktioniert nicht mehr und dass er sie nicht mehr liebt. Shanann sagt, dass er seine Kinder nie wiedersehen wird. Chris legt daraufhin seine Hände um Shananns Hals und erwürgt sie. Shanann wehrt sich nicht. Als sie tot ist, betritt Bella das Zimmer und fragt, was mit Mami nicht stimmt. Chris antwortet, dass sie sich unwohl fühlt. Chris wickelt Shanann in eine Decke und bringt sie die Treppe nach unten. Bella folgt ihnen. Chris legt Shanann ins Auto auf den Boden zwischen Vorder- und Rücksitz. Zurück im Haus sieht er, dass nun auch Celeste wach ist. Er bringt beide Kinder ins Auto und setzt sie auf die Rückbank. Chris nimmt einen Benzinkanister mit und spielt mit dem Gedanken, sich umzubringen. So seine Aussage. Er fährt zum Ölstandort. Dort legt er Shanann auf das Feld, wo er sie begraben wird. Im Auto erstickt und erwürgt er zuerst Celeste und bringt sie dann zum Öltank. Danach macht er das Gleiche mit Bella. Danach begräbt er Shanann. Am 19. November 2018 wird das Urteil gesprochen. Chris erhält 3-mal lebenslänglich, ohne Möglichkeit auf Bewährung. Er ist schuldig des 5-fachen Mordes. Die Morde an den Mädchen zählen doppelt, da sie jünger als 12 Jahre alt waren. Dazu kommt 3-mal schuldig der Leichenschändung und ein Schuldspruch wegen Abbruch der Schwangerschaft. Im September 2020 erscheint auf Netflix eine Dokumentation, die sich mit dem Fall befasst. Seither erhält Chris vermehrt Briefe, speziell von Frauen, die seinen Rat suchen oder mit ihm befreundet sein wollen. Chris selber hat den Weg zur Religion gefunden und beschäftigt sich eingehend mit der Bibel. Nicole Kessinger wird immer wieder von verschiedenen Seiten beschuldigt, der Grund für die Morde zu sein. Chris erst auf die Idee gebracht zu haben oder in der Mordnacht sogar im Haus gewesen zu sein. Für keine dieser Anschuldigungen gibt es Beweise. Nicole hat ihren Job bei Anadarko noch im August 2018 verloren und seither auch ihren Namen geändert.